Hey y'all, it's my birthday. I'm 57. Yeah, I survived this long. This is Gene, Elvis Burger 2020. So here's the deal. Got a few days left on the trip, and I found out like the Elvis Burger restaurant, right? The diner up in Virginia, Pink Cadillac, might be going out of business. So me and Mitch got this crazy idea to save the diner. Now I'm not asking you to donate to save the diner. Okay, no. But if everybody I know would send me $1, because I'm running a little tight on gas, I got to zip up to Virginia. I wasn't planning it. On the way, I'm leaving my dad's old license plate at a restaurant he never went to on the Nantahala River. But he would have loved the place, and so I'm going to put his license plate up there and then go up. We're going to save this diner, and then I'm coming back down to Florida and be done in a few days. And so I'm going to post this video, and I'm going to post the Venmo and PayPal information in a few minutes. And y'all just say hi. This is Beck Cranford, one of my great friends. And Beck is like Ms. Homelessness Minister in Atlanta, Georgia. She's amazing. And I'll be perfectly honest. I know you don't see, well, she does have kind of long hair, but there's no beard. But she's like, when I think of Jesus, I see Beck. Like, I think Jesus looks like Beck. Jesus is not a white guy, but Jesus kind of looks like Beck, maybe. Especially the ink. But anyways, I'm at Beck's house here with her husband and wonderful little daughter in Georgia, and I'm heading up there. And so, hey, man, send me one God almighty dollar. $1. You can send more if you'd like, but just $1. $1. Okay? And we're going to go save this restaurant, home of the Elvis Burger. And then I'm going to go home and we're going to be doing the podcast. I've already got my first 2 podcast guests lined up. Julie Kennedy Hampton and then Paula Lark. And if you want to be on the podcast, send me $1 and we'll talk about it. Later on. Elvis Burger 2020. Out of here. Bye. See ya. Hey, this is Gene, Elvis Burger 2020. I'm here in a peaceful little stretch of the very kind of northwest corner of Georgia. Some slow-moving traffic through here. If I keep going the way that car is going that way, the way I'm pointing, I would be in the outskirts of Chattanooga very quickly. Where I'm at, see the cannon there. This is Chickamauga Battlefield. It was, if not the largest engagement in the Civil War, it was one of the largest. It was in September of 1863. Basically, the Union troops had taken Chattanooga, and the Confederate troops regrouped under command of General Bragg, that Fort Bragg is named after, and hopefully not for long. And they pushed the Union troops back into Chattanooga. They had advanced down this way. They pushed them back, but the Union troops held Chattanooga. And then later on in November, there was the Battle of Chattanooga, and that was it for Confederate control of Chattanooga. The Union troops were able to hold it and maintain it until the end of the war. I want to show you here, this is a monument to soldiers from Florida who fought in this battle. I'll read you the plaque. Then I want to talk about it for a sec. Get everyone to maybe see it really good. This monument has been erected in memory of the soldiers of the state of Florida who took part in the battle fought here September 19 through 20, 1863, whether they fell in battle or lived to render further service to their state and country. Now, I'm not showing this statue right here to honor the Confederacy. No. But I will say this, and if you go farther down, you'll see markers all over this place. This particular spot, there's not a lot. If I go down this road just a little ways, you'll see a bunch of them where different troops were at, where different skirmishes were fought, whatnot. But it occurred to me when I saw this monument, and I knew it was here. Back then, I'm from Florida. I guess I might have very well have been a Confederate soldier. I would not have, economically, I don't believe my family would have been in a position to own any human beings. There were a lot of folks in the Confederate forces that were in that position. Once again, it was like most wars. It was a war fought by poor people that was envisioned by rich people in a lot of respects. That's kind of what that old saying, war is old men sending young men and women to die. But I think to myself, it's easy for me to sit back. It's easy for people to sit back and say, well, back then I would have been like this. Well, maybe you would have, and maybe you wouldn't have. So check yourself, have a touch of humility. But at the same time, it doesn't mean I support the idea of glorifying the lost cause or the Confederacy or any of that. I think it's time for the battle flag of Virginia to go the way of the Nazi flag, to be quite honest. It's been time. It's been a long time. But I want to talk about something here. I was hoping to do this in front of the big mill wheel at Berry College, because I want to talk about cycles of history. And a lot of people think there's going to be a civil war again in the U.S. It won't be like this. It won't be these huge armies, it won't be like that if it were to happen. Not even close, I don't think. And I'm not encouraging it. I don't want to see it. But I will say this. I think in my travels, I've come to the conclusion that a lot of people have talked about how maybe even the world, but definitely the United States, is entering a new phase in its history, almost a paradigmatic shift. It's economic, it's spiritual, it's demographic, it's ethnic, it's a lot of things. And here's my take on it. It's kind of, I thought about this the other day. I think it's possible that not the United States as a country, but North America as a continent, basically, is entering, and we'll just say 2050, the census of 2050, where white folks will not be a majority in the United States. It's called the Browning of America. Latina populations primarily, but other groups too, are increasing in numbers through immigration, birth rate, whatever, in the United States. And so there'll be a plurality of races, of ethnicities. Nobody's going to be, we are over half, we're over 50%. It's going to be a kind of a mishmash, whatever, plurality. I'm looking forward to it myself, but some people aren't. And so here's the deal. I'm thinking, and I'm no expert on this, okay, so please don't try to act like, I'm talking like some PhD or something, because I'm not. But I'm thinking, as we look at this monument from Florida, that the first phase was very long, and I don't know whether it's, Asian people came over across the Bering Strait, or, I don't know. I'm not an expert. What I'm saying is it's the pre-colonial period. Indigenous peoples, basically. And this went on for thousands, I don't know, 10,000, I don't know how many years, a long time. And then whether you call it at 1492, with, Columbus sailing the ocean blue, or if you want to say 1609 with the founding of Jamestown, by the English, whatever date you want to pick, we enter the colonial phase, which involved killing off a whole lot of indigenous people, destroying cultures, putting folks on reservations, taking young Native American children, putting them in schools to basically program them into Western ways, to forget their language, forget their heritage, forget their spirituality, and of course slavery. And so this has gone on. We'll just say 1609. I'm going to say 1609 because I'm talking primarily about North America here. So we'll say the founding of Jamestown from 1609 until 2050. So that's what, 450 years? Not quite. 441 years? Yeah, that sounds about right. So for 441 years, that's the period. Now things won't change overnight come 2050. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm thinking maybe that's the beginning, maybe a date you can make it for, the beginning of the third period of human habitation in North America, which is the post-colonial era. So we have an era where there's just indigenous folks. And then there's the era of Europeans, Anglos coming over and manifest destiny, and hey, we're taking this continent, you know. And now with a plurality of ethnicities, maybe we're entering kind of a post-colonial phase. Now, keeping that in mind, my question is, I can see kind of one of three things possibly happening. I'd like to be around long enough to see what happens. I don't know if I'm going to live to see it, to be honest. I'm 57 today. I'm getting up there a little bit. 2050 is still 30 years away. I'll be old. I'll be 87, 90 years old or something. But three things I think could happen. As a country, we could muddle through this and figure our way out and maybe bump our heads in the dark, stumbling through the hallway of history a little bit, or, you know, progress. But we'll get through it, and we'll still be a country, the United States of America. Or, as I've heard some people suggest, the United States of America may become history. And I don't know, break up into separate country. I don't know. You know, will the instability, you're seeing the beginning of it now, I think, with Trumpism. Although it's not the entire reason for Trumpism, I do believe that the, quote, browning of America, the census of 2050, the plurality of ethnicities that's coming up, plays a very big underlying role in Trumpism. Maybe so far down that a lot of people that are into Trump may not even fully realize it, but I think it's there. So we have that the United States could survive as a nation, changed but still intact to some degree. We could have the United States broken down into regions. I mean, I don't know. Or will the powers that be attempt to maintain that power through whatever means necessary? And in essence, we end up with not a constitutional republic at all, but really maybe a show of that, but actually more or less totalitarianism in place. That would be something like what happened with the Roman Republic becoming the Roman Empire. If you study it closely, you'll see that the trappings and the appearance of republicanism, I don't mean GOP, I mean, you know, in the Roman sense of the Roman Republic, still existed. There were still senators, there were still, I don't know, tribunes and proconsuls and consuls and all that stuff. But the emperor was by far and away, basically he was the godfather, you know? It was a patronage system. But there were the trappings and appearance of a republic when in fact it really was an empire, and it really was essentially a fascist state in many respects. So I don't know what's going to happen to the United States, but I know I'm here at Chickamauga. And by the way, this was the very first Civil War battlefield that was turned into like a military battlefield park in 1890. And indeed, Chickamauga was a Confederate victory, though. As I say, 2 months later, when the Confederates attempted to retake Chattanooga, it was not a Confederate victory by any means. Sadly, on this field, and I don't mean this field right here, I mean this whole park, it's a huge place. I think it's bigger than Gettysburg, maybe. 34,000 people. 34,000 people killed. And I think another 29,000 maybe 2 months later in Chattanooga. But just the loss of life is incredible, and wounded and missing in action. But my question to you, as I'm starting towards the end of this Elvis Burger 2020 tour, is where do we go from here? As Dr. Martin Luther King so famously said, where do we go from here? Will we remain a country? Will the United States, I don't know, break up or in some way be not the United States anymore? Will the United States exist as merely a visage of itself and actually be essentially a totalitarian state that just gives the appearance of freedom so that the powers that be can remain in power? I don't know. I have no idea. But it's something to think about. And so I do just want to, for 1 second, not honor the cause, but honor the grunts. You know, I might have been one of those grunts. I might have been conscripted into service, for example. There were a number of units that came from my home county. I would like to think I would not. I would like to think that I would have just said, slavery is a bad thing, and I'm going to form a resistance force and be in kind of the, the French resistance of Central Florida during the Civil War and whatever. Probably wouldn't have happened. Most likely, I might have wound up in a unit and died of dysentery or exposure or gunshot or cannonball or whatever. But let's not have any more wars, people, about anything. Let's stop having old men send young folks to die. Let's stop fighting rich men's wars. We can do better. So I'm heading up to Chattanooga, hopefully to see an old Army buddy, and that I have not seen in a very long time, who happens to be a drummer like myself, Michael Smith. I know him as Smitty. And I'll leave you here to think about Chickamauga and where we're at as a nation right now, where we're headed, and what could come of it. And I'm hoping it's a way of peace, and I'm hoping it's a way of a constitutional republic, a democracy even. I don't know. I don't know. We are in trying times, and we are in times of great change. We can choose to lean into it, or we can choose to hunker down and try to hide from what's going to happen whether we hunker down or not. So, as Pete Seeger might say, as the old unionizers said, which side are you on? A new day is coming. Don't be on the wrong side of history. Please, don't be on the wrong side of history. Live a story you can tell your grandkids about. This is Gene. Chickamauga battlefield on my birthday, July 26th, 2020. I'm 57 years old. A lot older than a lot of folks that were on this field in September 19th and 20th of 1863 ever lived to be. Y'all be blessed. Do the right thing. And let's move forward as a beloved community. And let's love the world. Let's love the earth. Let's love on each other. And let's have some unity in the community, as my friend Pastor Tina says. Later on. I'm out of here. Bye. Hey y'all, this is Gene on the Elvis Burger 2020 tour, and it looks like the pot of gold is in Chattanooga. I'm up on Lookout Mountain, and I'm with my buddy Smitty. He was a buddy of mine in Germany in the Army, lives in Chickamauga, and we're driving around. He's showing me stuff, and we just saw this. And no, I'm not gonna do the imitation of the double rainbow guy on YouTube, but it is actually double rainbow. Dude, it's a double rainbow. It's kind of cool, that cloud in front of it right there. But yeah, you see, and actually I'm on private property. It's posted all over here, so, and they say there's cameras around, so I might be getting disintegrated by a ray gun any second. And I'm up here at the Craven House on Lookout Mountain. It's like, I guess, the Confederate headquarters during the Battle of Lookout Mountain, and got overrun, and so we're here, and there's still this really cool double rainbow over Chattanooga. And I'm just wanting to say thank you to everybody who helped out with continuing this journey today, financially and in other ways. And got a few days left, and I just want to say thank you for all the happy birthday wishes everybody's given me. And yeah, thank you. Here we are. This is, can y'all see that rainbow? I don't know. I'm back to like not knowing how to film like in the first week of the trip. So anyways, yeah, Elvis Burger 2020, thank you. Happy birthday, 57. Thank you very much. We're still here, Civil War history going on. There's my buddy Smitty, my Army days in Germany. He's from here. I'm getting a pretty cool tour. There's the double rainbow. There's Chattanooga up here on Lookout Mountain. And as you see, a big telephone pole thing right in the middle of it. So, oh, we can walk right up on there, huh?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
Like the stone walls. Like when I was hiking on the AT up in New England, and you come up on these places that like the old stone walls in like that divided the farms back in whatever, the 1600s, and you'd still see remnants of them like that, and they'd be all like overgrown by trees. It'd be old abandoned farms that would be totally overgrown in the woods, and you'd realize it was like a boundary marker from 400 years ago or
Looked
something.
like to the corner.
Wow.
But this view's unreal.
So this was the porch of the Confederate headquarters. There's another monument down there, looks like.
Right.
Wow.
There's where they were set up, the Union.
Oh.
Just out of range from the cannon.
Right.
But they could sit here and watch them gather. Right there where all the downtown is where the pictures of the old the fort they set up.
Huh. Wow. They're working on it. Wow. Hey y'all, have a good evening. Later on, bye. Hey, this is Gene on the Elvis Burger 2020 tour, and right now I'm in this is the Ocoee River. I'm on Highway 64 in eastern Tennessee, headed toward kind of just south of Smoky Mountain National Park in North Carolina, going to a special place up in Nantahala Gorge. I've been trying to go to every year, but I'm headed that way for something special. This is it doesn't look like it here, but this river is some of the best whitewater kayaking in the world. In the 1996 Olympics held in Atlanta, they had all the whitewater events. The whitewater kayaking events were held up here in Ocoee. Here's some. These are not whitewater conditions right now, but there's some rafters coming, or excuse me, kayakers coming down now. I'm at kind of one of the loading points where you can get in and out of the river. See some people there, and anyways, I just want to say, when you drive down Highway 64 across Tennessee is one of the most interesting drives in the United States. Here you're going along the Ocoee River, and this side, in the western side, it's the old highway across Tennessee, and you'll see a lot of historic and interesting sites. I will tell you though, I think you go through Pulaski, if I remember right. Pulaski, or near Pulaski. Pulaski, Tennessee is where the Klan was founded. By some folks, among whom were Nathan Bedford Forrest, who's kind of known as the founder of the Klan. Edmund Pettus, the Edmund Pettus Bridge that some of you yesterday saw on the news. John Lewis's body was carried across it. I walked across it with my buddy Warren just a few days back. Edmund Pettus was the third Grand Dragon of the KKK and one of the founding members. Nathan Bedford Forrest was the first Grand Dragon when it was founded just at the conclusion of the Civil War. So 64's got some not so great history, but it's also got some beautiful places like this. And I just wanted you to get a little view of Okay, did you have a good time on the river?
I did.
Outstanding.
Did you have a good time today?
I'm having a good time. I'm headed over to North Carolina. I'm on a around the country road trip. I come up through this way every year though. But yeah, I got my mountain bike on the back. I did some biking out in Moab, and
Oh yeah.
probably get a little biking done up here. I'm going to Nantahala today.
All right.
Yeah, I'm showing my friends how wonderful this area
Oh,
is.
it's beautiful.
Yeah. So you recommend it, huh? Where are you from?
I live here.
All right, so
I grew up in Atlanta.
give me the 30-second elevator speech about why Ocoee is the greatest place ever.
It's beautiful. There's a lot to do outdoors. It's close enough to Chattanooga, the city, if you need it. And the cost of living is very good. And the people are nice.
And what is your name?
Betsy.
Betsy. Hey, thanks a lot, Betsy. I'm Gene. All right,
Nice to
thumbs
meet you,
up.
Gene. Good
Have a
luck
great
on your
day. Be
travels.
blessed. So that's what I'm saying, man. It's a nice little area right here. And I'm gonna hit back on the road.
Have you gone up the river?
I haven't been on the Ocoee. All the times I've been through here. I've been on Nantahala and some other places, but
Yeah, Nantahala is beautiful too.
out west I've been on the Arkansas, in Colorado. But yeah, I need to get in the water here.
Yeah.
I took a bath in the Colorado River when I was in Moab.
You know,
After
I was
biking
in
all
Moab
day and
once.
hiking.
I did a rafting trip from there.
It's great. Moab was incredible.
Where would I have? What part? I was part of the Colorado.
Yeah.
It wasn't the part that goes to the Grand Canyon. It was Lake Powell, something to Lake.
Oh,
Powell.
Lake Powell, yeah, up by Glen Canyon Dam.
Lake Powell's where we ended.
Wow. me get up out of your way here so you can come up the ramp.
Okay.
And y'all, this is, like I say, Ocoee River, Highway 64. Yeah, have a great day. And, yeah, so this is Gene, Elvis Burger. There's Snoopy, hanging in strong. And we'll finish my drive.
Proceed to the route.
This proceed to the route.
Proceed to the route.
I'm being told to proceed to the route, so I better proceed. Anyways, this is what you do for like 50 miles or something. You're just driving right along this river, and it's a pretty cool place, pretty cool people. Anyways, so I'm out of here. Elvis Burger 2020. See ya. Bye. Hey y'all, this is Gene, Elvis Burger 2020. I'm just a little bit down the road from where I just did that last video. You see some of the white water here in the Ocoee River Basin. I just pulled over. There were some rafters went by and a couple kayakers, but I just missed them. They're you can see them over here floating through. They just got down to the bottom of the run. You can see them down there, and there's well, hydroelectric work down there. This river was brought to you by the fine folks from the Tennessee Valley Authority, basically. A lot of TVA stuff up and down this river that's created various lakes and whatnot. If you don't know the story of the Tennessee Valley Authority during the days of the Great Depression, it's a great story of a project that the government put together that helped a lot of people as far as getting things like electricity to rural areas and also creating jobs. The TVA was one of the most successful projects in Roosevelt's New Deal. And people tell you it is true that they dammed up some really good rivers. You know, there's some environmentalists that would take issue with some of what I said, and I didn't say they were perfect by any means. I'd like to have seen a lot of these river valleys before they might have been dammed up, before they were dammed up, what they look like. But right here is a beautiful area, and I'm kind of hoping, I don't want to be here too long, but I'm hoping maybe might get to see a few more rafters come through here. It's a pretty good spot. So let's just wait a sec to see if anything happens. Oh well, we'll probably get to see some rafters where I'm going, Pizza by the River. But this is a nice little whitewater spot right here. And I wish you could get down off the road down. There's little rocks right there, but it's kind of steep walk. And you could really see what we got down in here. I'd like to run these rapids in a raft. That would be pretty cool. So anyways, this is Gene, Elvis Burger 2020. I need to get on the road and get going. I need to make a little time here. I can't be stopping every little place, which I always do, don't I? Especially up in here. I love this part of the country. There's 4 areas I've been to, I'd say 5, that I really liked, that were kind of really outdoorsy. One is a stretch from Grants Pass, well, obviously up around Yellowstone, that whole area up there in Wyoming, especially east of Yellowstone. But from Grants Pass, Oregon, down to Crescent City, California. I think it's Highway 100. I don't remember. That whole area is incredible for outdoor fun. Yep, there you go. And another area that I really liked, of course, was Moab, Utah. That area. Leadville, Colorado, all up in there in the Rockies where I climbed Mount Elbert. There's just tons of places to hike and camp and just, just have a really great time in the outdoors. And for years, ever since I first came up here in 1997, the Ocoee River Valley, Nantahala Gorge, just, there you go, there's some kayakers. This eastern part of Tennessee, and the western part of North Carolina, up around the Smokies. I love this area. There was a time I wanted to live here, and who knows, maybe I will, but there was a time I really wanted to live up in here. I almost moved to Asheville in '97. There's some rafters. Isn't that looks like some big fun. Big fun right there. Hey, this is Gene, Elvis Burger 2020, Ocoee River. Here comes some rafters. You saw the video before Mitch was getting ready to call me, and I forgot, and I started filming and didn't shut it off in time, and he called me, and the video shut off. So we're gonna do another little one here real quick. He's got some great ideas. To be honest, I was kind of like, okay, Mitch, okay, I'm trying to make a video here, but it was a good call, and you'll hear a lot more about it later. And I just want to thank Mitch for putting up with my shit. I've yelled at him, I think, twice on the trip, all early on. It's been a very long time since that. One of them in particular in Harpers Ferry, Maryland, probably should have been on video. It was pretty damn funny if you'd have heard the whole call. I'm carrying on, and he finishes off with, I said, I'm sorry, Mitch, I'm yelling at you. And he's kind of like, Mitch is a very calm kind of guy for the most part. And he's just like, well, yes, you're yelling at me. And that signifies you're probably angry. So let's talk about why you're angry. You know, and I'm like, then I'm feeling really dumb. So then we worked everything out. But anyways, enough about that. Let's just see, I'm hoping to get some more footage of people coming down the river. And so we'll have two river videos now. I told Mitch about the other video that it cut off early, and it's okay. It's kind of weird ending. But he can edit with it. Well, it'll all work out all right. But yeah, it was a good call. He called me about some ideas about how we're gonna end up putting the finished edited work out online. Just how we're gonna do this. And he's really the brains behind this operation. I'm just this idiot driving around in Snoopy, you know, filming like whitewater rafting and stuff. But let's just try here again. Maybe someone will come through. Looks, is that somebody there? I gotta definitely get on the road. I'm trying to get to Pizza by the River. I got about an hour or so to get there, hour and a half, and then it looks like I may be up in Asheville this evening, seeing a couple of really good friends of mine that go all the way back to my days in college at Berry College, and that I've known all the way through the last basically 2 years, all the way into the Wild Goose Festival, which is held normally in Hot Springs, North Carolina, near Asheville, every July. It wasn't this year on the 10th anniversary due to COVID. I would have been there. Actually, I had a presentation this year, mental illness, faith, and life in the church that I was presenting. And of course, that didn't happen. So it is what it is. COVID sucks, but these rapids don't suck. So we'll do what we did on the last one. Let's just wait a minute and see what happens. But anyways, it's a great day down here in the Ocoee River Valley. I know these people out here kayaking are having a wonderful time. Looks like he's got a GoPro up on his head there, and a black helmet, cool. And anyways, they're headed back out. They're gonna go down here. It's kind of a smooth area. Anyways, Elvis Burger 2020, Gene. I'm out of here and headed to get some pizza and maybe a adult beverage at Pizza by the River here in a couple hours. Got something to do for my dad's memory there. Anyways, bye. So hey, this is Gene on the Elvis Burger 2020 tour, and where I'm at right now, I'm in this is Nantahala River. You see some raptors coming by here in a while. This is down Nantahala Gorge, and this is the famous Pizza by the River. And Facebook probably is not gonna do this because they're gonna hear that Grateful Dead and they're gonna blank it out, and I don't care. And this is a great place. I've been coming here for years. Finally bought a t-shirt today. And this is Pizza by the River, just down from the outdoor center where you can raft. And I'm getting myself a medium cheese pizza, and I got a cherry Coke and something else here. See that pile? That's where you put your trash. I got a burn pile. Pizza gets served on a piece of cardboard and a paper plate. Pretty cool. Well, anyways, got some rafters coming by. Dan and Donna, you need to come to this place. We got mist on the river today. Mist up in the trees. I love this place. You can see there's license plate, small over. Well, I'm here for a special reason today. So I got the t-shirt to commemorate it. This here is my dad's old license plate. He died, it'll be 8 years ago this Christmas. For about 5 years I've been coming here. First came to this gorge back in '97. We're coming here about 5 years. And I'm probably about 5th, 6th time here. And I'm always forgetting his license plate to put up here for him. My dad never came here, but I figured out real fast, probably the first time I was here, that he would have loved this place. If I went rafting or something, he would have just hung out here all day with some pizza and a Coke or two. Maybe he's chewing tobacco. And he would have, big time chill, big time chill. So anyways, here in a little bit, I'm going to put up his license plate, maybe make a video. But yeah, Facebook's probably going to mute every bit of this because Grateful Dead's playing. Well, screw Facebook anyways. So you see, everybody's coming. I got here at a good time to order my pizza. I avoided the line. So anyways, Gene. Hey! Elvis Burger 2020. Waiting on my pizza. I'm out of here. Bye. Hey y'all, this is Jess at Pizza by the River, which is my personal favorite pizza place in the world. And I've been to Chicago, New York, but y'all got great pizza, but you don't have this. So this place is a lot better. And Jess is going to hold this camera while I do something for my dad. I came here 5 years ago, well actually before that. But you see all these license plates. So my dad never came here, but I know he would have loved this place. And since I come back here at least about once a year, I figure it's a good place to put up the license plate off his car that I kept forgetting to bring up here the last 5 years. That was
happening.
It is happening, finally. So I'm going to hand it over to Jess, and she's going to do the filming. Yeah, we've been doing this.
There she goes.
My friend, and basically, I'm starting to get the hang of making videos now, finally. Like, I learned to put it in landscape and not portrait. Yeah. All right. Can I reach up here and do this? I think I can. My dad could drive a nail in 3 hits. He said that's how you hire a carpenter on a construction job.
Yeah.
But you see, I'm not a carpenter.
Yeah, right on.
But I'm trying.
Me neither. I don't build anything, but all right.
Another big reach. Oh crap! I thought I could reach this.
You can do it.
There you go, Dad. Enjoy the music. Enjoy the view. A little younger, you'd have probably been a deadhead. But hey, man. Hey, Dad. Love you. And Jess, thank you so much. And
My
you
pleasure.
I'm Matt. Hey, Matt. Matt's the cook. He makes this great pizza. Y'all know what that is. Dan and Donna Brumbaugh, you need to come down here.
It's Jerry.
Oh, there you
Wait, Dan and Donna.
Dan and-
Ocala.
Yeah!
Hey, man.
Yeah, I'm part of the hammock, bro.
Okay,
They're good
well,
friends of mine.
yeah, I used to play around down there at Co-op Kitchen. Me and R.J. Sutton.
Yeah.
Yeah, good buddy
Oh,
of
dude,
mine.
man, like we should know each other, man. What's your name again?
Matt.
Matt, Gene.
Matt
All right.
Powers. Yeah.
All right.
Hey,
so you knew Hippie Al.
Yeah.
And you know Chime.
Yes, Mama Chime, all of them.
Did you know Lala?
Yep.
You know, died last year. I'm Lala's ex.
Okay.
We were married at one time.
Aw.
And I said goodbye to her up at Hunter Mountain near Woodstock about a month and a half ago, where she's
Well,
from.
that's good.
Wow. Okay.
Small world family. I love you guys.
Straight up. That's family with a PH family.
Hey, we just had 11 ovens on the porch like 2 weeks ago.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Oh, right on, man.
I know. Like, what's really going on around here?
Most excellent. Hey, later on, man. Again, you see all the best people come here. All the best people. That's the Pizza by the River. Pizza by the River in Nantahala Gorge, down by the NOC. All right, man. And there it is, my dad's license plate, finally up where it needs to be. Take care, Dad. Love you. Bye. This is Gene, Ellis Burger 2020. I'm out of here. So hey, it's Gene, and I'm on the Blue Ridge Parkway, and now you are too. Elvis Burger 2020. Let's roll.
The sounds of the mountain top will never be the same again. When all the rivers have dried up, will never be the same again. When all the forests have receded into a plain of mystery, chaos and commodity clearly cut down the shade of our existence. Green symbolism of hope that we've been longing before. Wake up to the sounds of the mountain top. Will never be the same again. When all these seeds won't be scattered soon, will never be the same again. The air we breathe is like a hot air balloon. The more it's heated, the more it will depart the ground soon. Black smoke overlaying white clouds brought a kind of rain that eats up what is stored underground. Wake up to the sounds of the mountain top. Will never be the same again. Blown by the storm our future holds, will never be the same again. The ice, they say, is getting thinner each day. Ocean rises and crashes into rented houses. Drink up, the sea is getting deeper. We have to leave sooner, climb up to a higher ground. Wake up to the sounds of the mountain top. Will never be the same again. When all the rivers have dried up, will never be the same again.
Hey y'all, this is Gene, still on the Blue Ridge Parkway. I just stopping here, Ridge Junction Overlook. You see the elevation, just under a mile. If you look up there to the left, you see those antennae, whatever. That is Mount Mitchell. It's I think about 6,650 feet, something like that. Anyways, a year ago this month, but it's been just a couple weeks over a year ago, I climbed that. That's the highest peak in east of the Mississippi, and not like Mount Elbert that I climbed this month a few weeks ago out in the Rockies. 6,600 something feet versus 14,000, close to 14,500 feet. But it was a fun climb. It was right after I'd been at the Wild Goose Festival, and I really recommend it. If you're not up to a hike of a few miles up a mountain, there's some shorter trails. There's you can actually drive to the top if you want. Great view. And then it's a short hike over on a trail to Mount Agassiz, which is its sister peak that is just a little lower, just a few feet. And it's a nice easy hike, and it's really great. It's maybe, I don't know, maybe a mile or something over to the peak and back. It's not far at all. But I really recommend it if you'd like to try to do some climbing. And I'm going to show back over here on the other side of the road. If you look there, you'll see some clouds over just over those hills there. That's what I just drove through when I had the video of the being with the clouds coming over my head at the rest stop. I think that's it over there. But yeah, pretty cool overlook. A lot of fun up here. But I gotta quit filming because I'm taking too much time. But I really have all day to get to where I'm going. So I guess why not? But anyways, that's Mount Mitchell, and not as high, not even over the tree line, but it's a really great hike. Or if you're physically unable to hike it, you can drive. And if you still want to camp, be in the outdoors, there's a campground by here, and then you can, drive up to the top and get a t-shirt like I did. There's actually a gift shop up there, and so I climbed the mountain and got a t-shirt. There wasn't a gift shop at the top of Mount Elbert, but there weren't any trees either. So anyways, hey, Elvis Burger 2020, I'm out of here. I gotta head down the road, tootle down the road at my 45 miles an hour. Blue Ridge Parkway. Bye, see ya.